Greetings, Jeff Kingfisher here for the Muzoracle. Welcome to the full moon Muzoracle casting. Full moon castings tend to have an eye toward abundance and gratitude. This full moon especially, it is the harvest moon. So with that in mind, let's take a look at what I rolled and drew this morning. First, we find ourselves in the key of F, F descending. Now, the key of F relates to the heart chakra. We're all familiar with the heart chakra. That's the heart chakra is engaged when we feel that openness in the chest, when we love someone, or when someone loves us, or when we feel compassion, or when we feel gratitude. This is all heart chakra stuff, so it's very, very appropriate that we find the area of this casting dealing with and in and around the heart chakra. The next thing we see in the casting is the solfege die here. The solfege dice, they speak of points in time, points in process, and the point in time. This is speaking of the Fa descending here. That speaks of a time of transition, a specific kind of transition. Fa descending is about when things that are in the ethers, ideas, feelings within us, maybe feelings between us as a group, when things that are up here in the ethers, when they come down and make the transition into reality. It's like ideas and thoughts and feelings, they manifest into something concrete. And so we have now, between these two dice, we have the heart chakra open with the sense of gratitude and abundance. And we find ourselves at a place where things are beginning to manifest. Those are the first two elements in our one-up casting here. The third element is the card. And the card is the conductor of strings. So let's talk about what that means. The pseudostrings, first of all. The pseudostrings is about feeling. It's about feeling and our emotions. So that definitely fits into where our casting is going here with the heart opening up. The conductor. Now, conductors, when you think about what does a conductor do in an orchestra? Well, a conductor leads. They conduct. They lead the orchestra. So what might that mean? Leading in the realm of emotions, leading with regards to feeling, leading with feeling. What could that mean? And what conductors are really about, they are, or can be, about the act of leading. But what they really are always is acknowledging the fact that what we express affects others. Does that make sense? So in the conductor of strings, we're looking at, we certainly have these feelings. We can't do anything about it. We have feelings. We can't decide whether or not to have them. We just have them. And but when we express them to the world, they have an effect. You know, the conductor is conducting. The musicians are responding. That's the gig. That's part of it. And I think a good way, something I think of, an example of a conductor in strings, for instance, is when I'm dealing with anger. I think all of us at this point in time can deal with anger or frustration, with all the craziness that's going on in the world, anger and despair and sorrow and all the rest of it. But just take anger, for example. So I'm feeling angry about this, and I need to process this anger. I need to acknowledge I have it. I need to see that I have it. Do I need to express it? Yes, expressing it is actually helpful. It's healing. But to whom? Who do I express it to? And the answer, in that case, is to other people who will understand what I'm talking about. Maybe they're angry themselves. I can unload. I can about this anger that I'm feeling, and I go, yeah, God, I know what you mean. I feel the same thing, and we could talk back and forth, and we can work through some of it. And that's a good place and a good way to express, anger, while just being, an asshole to someone in the grocery store for whatever reason. Maybe they're not wearing a mask or whatever for some reason, and isn't particularly a good way to express it, because that's not going to affect anything healing or helpful. So, but I acknowledge that in this, yeah, what I'm expressing, how I'm expressing it, where and when and to whom I'm expressing it makes a difference. It makes a difference. It makes a difference to the world around me. It makes a difference as to what comes back at me. And so that's really the kind of issues that we look at with the conductor of strings. I hope that makes sense. So in general, what we see in this casting is we find the heart opening and feeling gratitude for all that we do have in the face of all of this external stuff that's going on. We have life itself, and we have many beautiful things. We have the people who love us. We love ourselves. We love our dogs. Our dogs love us. I mean, there's all this wonderful stuff. We're alive and listening to this broadcast. If you're alive and listening to this broadcast, it probably means you have food and water, and perhaps a roof over your head, and somehow an internet connection. So there's many, many things to be grateful for, and we feel this openness in our heart on this harvest, this time of abundance. Tables full. That's what we appreciate that. And in this, we find ourselves at this time of manifestation, this possibility of manifestation, where these things can come down, and we can bring things into reality. Now's the time. Now's the time. And that's another thing yet to be grateful for. They really work together. And in this, we find ourselves, okay, in all of this, what shall I express? What shall I express? To whom? And to what end? To what end? And dealing with that, or working through the conductor of strings, that's another question that comes up. To what end? When a conductor conducts an orchestra, she or he is serving something else. They're serving the music. What's the music? What am I serving? What am I serving? And in light of what I'm serving, what shall I communicate? To whom? And when? In order to further my aim. What is that? What is that? So those are the things. Those three elements, they can and should be part of your own story. That's what Muzoracle castings are about. They don't really predict or tell you anything particular about you. What they do is they give you elements, and you find something to create that's useful from these elements. I hope you found something in this. So yeah, that's our one-up casting for the Harvest Moon. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.
Burnished light, rippled gold, like a lioness unfolds where the hills meet the sea. Cooler nights, warmer shades, doggish days quickly fade under dry oaken green, intending or no, what we sow surely grows, and the fruit one day falls. And we see who we've been when September begins to come. Harvest moon, autumn reap, in the fecund valleys deep, some to burn, some to keep. Wandering souls we are, taking shelter beneath the stars. Knotted pine roofs of palm, the whispering of warm winds come in the deepening glow. Etroglu lavhadas arava ma'ara zafon mizrach daron. Bless the wine, break the bread, for the living and the dead, for the sorrow and the mirth. Gather seed, sheaf the grain, bless the sun, wind, and rain, bless this earth. In our Sukkot of bone, through this wondrous land.